Minnick and Sally Williams there. They make up Revamped, a duo. RevampedDuo.com is where you can go see some of those clips that are linked to the YouTube website. Mark, you were saying that there was some trial and error that didn't involve breaking any of your classic instruments, but those performances, the ones that we've seen done at BGSU, but you guys, your goal is to get out there. You do have a CD, correct?
A Christmas CD, yes, we do.
And that is out there. People can find that at the website as well. But when you look at what you're doing and the classical music, and I thought I read on your website, or on the website, Sally, which we see right here, you were talking a little bit about doing some backup musicianship, if you will, for some other artist, correct?
Oh, Superchick?
Yeah.
Are you referencing? Yes. I was actually fortunate enough to go and lay some strings down for their album, Rock What You Got. I believe that was 2008.
I love the lay some strings down, as you put it. Industry term, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that was really neat. I actually ended up doing mostly viola for that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Which is what we see you playing there, or is that a different?
That's violin.
Okay.
Violin is my main instrument.
Okay.
Yeah.
But doing studio work, I mean, is that something that's a definite possibility? How do you get your name out there to do that?
That's an excellent question. I would love to do more studio work. We're both, Mark and I, are schooled in improvisation, which is what you absolutely need to do that kind of work, because they never give you, sheet music and please play this. You just sort of listen and think, oh, I think this would sound good here, and then you add in whatever you come up with on the spot. It's another tight industry, like all music industries.
Sure.
So it's a lot of who you know. And being good at what you do, and then just finding an opportunity where there's some sort of vacancy where they need that to be filled.
Yeah, well, hopefully some people are watching on the Roundtable today, and we will be posting online on 13abc.com, so you can check it out there. Improvisation is something that I found interesting because, Mark, there are moments where, I think in the first clip that we saw, you're playing almost as if it's an electric guitar. There are moments where you're actually banging on the violin, which had kind of a Celtic feel to it a little bit. I mean, do you draw inspirations from modern day music where you guys are listening to that? And you said requests are important to you too.
I think a lot of the time we hear music and we want to imitate the sounds, but it's not always for violins, especially not always for two violins.
Yeah.
So we take those sounds and we say, how can we make those on two violins? Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time, nobody will have done it before, and we'll have to experiment with hitting all sorts of things, or tapping on the instrument, or pitching in different ways, plucking the strings in different ways.
Yeah. Ali, I wanted to ask you, over the last couple of years, 13ABC Economic Survival Central is what we build it, and we've had a number of job fairs where we have just been flooded with people who have come, decked to the nines and dressed to the nines, and had resume in hand, ready to try to find that job, that next job. As you put together your resume and get your degree and move forward, like I asked them, and what the other students are thinking about the job industry. I mean, 2012, 2013, 2014 down the road, are there positive feelings going out there into the workforce right now, better than there were?
I usually look at things like an at parent, like in a separate way, point of view. Statistic is not looking good, or not showing the numbers are not looking good. But I will isolate that in the back of my mind and just give it a shot at myself. And show the people what I could do and how can I do it. And it's just like, think about the positive side of the thing. Don't think about the negative side of the thing. What about the people who are getting all these kind of jobs? Nobody mentioned them. They only mentioned the statistic that's going lower. Why I should be in the lower bracket? I might be in the upper bracket. So depending, I think it depends how the way you perceive things and how the way you approach things. And I think keeping a positive thought is really a good thing to make you go through the process
Definitely
easier.
Glass half full. We're talking with some of those non-traditional students of the graduating class of 2012 representing Bowling Green State University, Owens Community College, and also the University of Toledo. As you, Geraldine, as you go forward and get this book and get this publisher and try to make a name for yourself, are you using a pseudonym, or can we look for Geraldine Davis as far as the books are concerned?
You can look for Geraldine Davis.
Okay, so keep that in mind. What do you write about now? And what is your interest in this first novel? Is it a novel? Is it nonfiction?
It's a novel.
Okay.
My genre is actually Christian fiction, urban contemporary. I wanted some flexibility there. But this first novel is about a woman who's had a tough life when she was younger and has had an enormous amount of children, 13, and she's left them all to raise themselves, and the children have to find their siblings and come to grips with life as it's been, and doing that with believing that if God was there, how did this happen? And some of the children are more receptive to the fact that God does what is best and right, and it's not our place to judge. So it's just different views by the kids and the things that happen along the way, marriages, children on the brink of death, their children on the brink of death, and how they come back or if they survive. And
how did you turn the publisher on to your idea first and foremost, and how long did it take you to bring it all together?
Well, again, that's where you have to use a lot of, I believe that the glass is really half full as opposed to half empty, and faith, where I walked in, believe it or not, the publisher was actually in Toledo back in October.
Okay.
And I was able to, at the very last minute, walk in, bring my manuscripts to her.
Yeah.
She took them and actually read them quicker than I imagined. And she just fell in love with the work and gave me a quick call and said she'd love to be my publisher.
And how do you develop your characters?
Quite
I mean,
untraditionally.
do you take it from life experience, or?
Some of it is,
Yeah.
and some of it is just the wild mind, I guess I have.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a word or two that someone says to me, and it can create an entire story, or it could be a situation that's happened with people that I know that, just a small portion of it, and it will create a story. So it's just different things.
Well, what's your best piece of advice for folks out there who may be trepidatious to doing what the two of you just went through?
I say do it. I say don't waste time thinking about it too long. You've got to weigh your pros and cons, but do it. I mean, the worst that can happen
It's
is
intimidating.
It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's the worst can happen? You don't succeed at every level of what you're trying to accomplish. The best thing is that you've tried it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't try, how will you ever know? And I would hate to die and not know that I've, didn't give it all I got.
Yeah, Ollie?
Yeah, I would think exactly what you said, just do it.
Yeah.
The old Nike motto.
No
Yeah.
Nike motto, it's
Yeah.
our own brand here at
Yeah.
13 News. So just go ahead and believe in it and do it.
Yeah.
And if you do it, the least you will open another field for you.
Yeah.
Of course, like when you get a degree or you get go through college, you will have a different field to add to your arsenal.
Of course.
Opposed to the old thing that you used to do. So it's doable. And like I said, knowledge is really a blessing to have. So that's what diverse societies from other societies.
The non-traditional faces of the graduating class of 2012 joining us here today. Ollie, also Geraldine, Mark, and Sally, thank you so much. Good luck to all of you. Stay right there. We'll wrap things up for this Sunday right after